I'm having an issue right now with an object in my peripheral vision. Having an issue right now with a piece of food in my teeth. It's peripheral on the side of my teeth. I want to remain focused. I want to keep undivided attention. It's hard. I tend to lose my train of thought when I'm focused. When I'm focused, I tend to lose my train of thought. But I'm no longer obsessed with items in my peripheral vision. Now, if you were a fancy scientist, you probably have a classification for me. Taxonomy that would help me. Understand who I am and why I do what I do and how I can't resist looking at things in my peripheral field of vision. But you're not a fancy scientist, so I don't have to listen to you. I am also someone who has to come to terms with doing a job that I don't want to do. And if you're anything like me, look at you. You find ways to procrastinate if you are assigned a job you don't want to do. You might brush your teeth extra long. Instead of your normal 8-minute brush, you take it to 10. And there's a nagging thought that the only reason you brush your teeth for 8 minutes is because you're procrastinating with your life as a whole. Take 5 minutes to floss on top of that. So you're pushing it 13, 15 minutes. And then you just can't stop looking at things in your peripheral vision because they keep calling out to you. As if you need to do something with them, put them away or clean them. And your hand starts to reach out and move toward the object in your peripheral field of vision, and you grasp it. And you pull back because you don't want to get distracted from the task at hand. You have to keep it together. Keep your hands by your side and keep focused. But then you noticed you're thirsty. You're thirsty, you had too many potato chips. Salty, salty, salty. You want to stop everything you're doing to relieve your thirst. It's unbearable, especially the more you talk about it. So you're either brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth, drinking water, or being distracted by objects, pulling yourself back together. The job at hand is too demanding, but not on your physical body, on your moral body. Because you've been talking to an angel. That's what I call it. I don't know if it is an angel because I don't know if it's good. I know that it's more powerful than me. I can tell that already just by being in its vicinity. And how it communicates with me. It puts me at the edge where I'm not exactly clear whether I've got free will. You know, when we get a cat to do something, like live indoors, does the cat have free will when it's living indoors? Never goes outside. We're circumscribing its will. This angel appeared to me. I don't know how. But as I was wrestling with my peripheral vision, procrastinating with my toothbrush and dental floss, I had this feeling that something was in the room with me. And no, I wasn't obsessing about a peripheral thing. You know. You get that feeling you're not alone. No. I could feel this angel as I was enveloped in a glow, in a warm feeling, like golden energy. As humans, it's really easy for us to assume that just because this angel shows up but doesn't show up, that it's good. But we don't know that. We don't know the motives of the angel. We don't know the motives of whatever this thing is. We know we feel good, but that doesn't mean the angel is good, or whatever this thing is. I'm calling it an angel, but I don't know that. I just know that I feel something. And then I heard the words, "Do it." Do it. Do it. I knew what the angel meant. I had this recurring dream for years. I was on this stealth bomber flying across the planet with these bombs, nuclear bombs. Every morning I'd wake up in a cold sweat. I was in this bomber, indestructible, way above, right up in outer space or just below outer space. And I was standing in the cockpit, but it wasn't really a cockpit. It was just, you know how dreams are. It's just this big space, and everything was automated, autopilot. I was doing my normal thing, getting distracted by things in my peripheral vision, getting thirsty, wanting to brush my teeth and floss, and I'm like starting to wonder why I want to do these things when I'm in a bomber with nuclear bombs. But I'm not able to move in the dream. I'm paralyzed in the cockpit. It's just this open space, and I don't know what I would do anyways. It's all happening. But there is a red button that's flashing, and apparently that's the button to start the sequence to bomb all the world. And then, in the dream, I hear, "Do it." 3 times. And I wake up. So I want to tell you something. It's one thing to have that dream over and over for years, dozens and dozens and dozens of times, same dream, and then one day feel that presence in the waking state in your normal life and hear those 3 words. So I'm like starting to understand why I've had this peripheral vision fixation, obsession, whatever you want to call it, because there's something in my peripheral field, and it's not some box that needs to be put away. Something's around me, and I'm not paranoid. And this thing has designs, motives, agendas. It's right there, or somewhere, I don't know, I can feel it. It wants me to do something that I don't want to do, and it's telling me this in dreams to prep me, to program me, to dispose me, planting the seeds. Because you are not ready until you start dreaming it. Do it. Do it. Do it. That's a dream. And this is real. I don't know where you are. I can feel you in the room with me. But of course, you're in some kind of different dimension. You follow me? You see what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm talking about? Are you ready? It's time. I'm not ready because I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you do. I've been telling you. No, you have not been telling me. You've been showing me some kind of dream. If I'm understanding any of this, you've been talking to me through a dream. I don't even know if you're the one who set up that dream, being some other kind of being. Yes, of course, I gave you that dream. Yeah. Are you know, you feel good in the dream, and sometimes you feel good here, but I don't know if you're good, so I don't know if I'm gonna do what you ask me to do, and whoever you are, why don't you do it? It's for you. For me. For you. Okay. I don't remember asking for this. You asked for it. When you asked to see. To see. I want to see. Yes, I want to see. To see you must do. The act is knowledge. All truth is lived. Truth is performed. Do it. Do it. Do it. Is this like a Nike commercial? Huh? Because that's, don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what I would do. And if it's anything like that dream that you're giving me, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know where I can find a stealth bomber. I don't know how to even get the stealth bomber in the air. Chances are it's not gonna be full of nuclear bombs. chances are I'm not going to be dropping them on anybody. So if that's your version of doing it, that is not going to happen. And I think that's sadistic and genocidal, and I don't know why some kind of being that I can feel and hear but can't see or touch is asking me to annihilate humanity. So why don't we stop the games, whatever you are, wherever you are. I'm not asking you to do that. That is how you feel. That is not what I am asking. As for my motives, you cannot see them and you will not understand them until you do what you don't want to do. Okay. So I'm just gonna trust this voice. Mr. Invisible here, getting me to do something that I don't even know about. What is it that I'm supposed to do? What is it? I don't know. I'm asking you. You're the one with the answers. Do you remember why you called me into your life? Yeah. I was lost, and I called out for help. That's correct. I don't know why. I mean, I know why I called out to you. I don't know why I was lost. I just know that you showed up. But I don't know what you are. I don't know if I can trust you. I mean, one thing is to call out for help, and then another thing is to get that help. But now I don't know if I can trust you. It's just sending me these really warped dreams. Oh, I'm sending you a message because you called out. And when I send that message to you, your unconscious scrambles it and turns it into that dream. You don't know how to hear me clearly yet until you do it. Are you saying that when I do it, my dreams won't be scrambled anymore and I'll be able to hear clearly whatever it is that you're saying to me? No. I'm not saying anything like that. The messages from me will stop when you do it. But what is the message that I'm getting from you? All I know is that I'm in a bomber. I'm flying over the whole planet. I can't move. It's the same dream that you've been having since you were a child. Only this time it's different, isn't it? Yes. This time it's not the same as it was then. It used to be I had a gun, and I would try to pull the trigger, and I couldn't pull the trigger. It's like the trigger it took 200 pounds of pressure, and I needed to pull the trigger, and I couldn't. And it's the same with the bomber. But you weren't sending me those trigger dreams, were you? I was. But I was having those dreams when I was like 12, 13. I mean, I've been having them my whole life until recently. The only difference is I didn't call out to you then. Those stealth bomber dreams happened after I called out to you. What part of my psyche would want to bomb the world and end the human race? That doesn't make any sense. I don't have that desire. That's why I don't trust you. Why would you send me that image? I didn't send you that image. I sent you a message. That's how your subconscious scrambles it. You can't hear what I'm saying because there's too much interference. I'm terrified. That's what it is. I'm terrified of execution. And then this stealth bomber nuking the planet. That's just me saying that I'm so terrified of what I will do if I truly execute and how I will affect everyone. It's as if I will kill everybody. I'm afraid of killing everybody with my power. That is correct. But why? I don't get this, man. I don't get it. I am jazzed, psyched, stoked that I'm talking to something, someone, some being here. I can feel you. I can hear you. I have no idea why you would even show up when I call out for help. I have no idea why I would scramble you like that. I mean, is it like we're always getting information, but we're always scrambling it? Like a cat watching the TV set just scrambles it in a cat brain, and that cat doesn't have any clue what Archie Bunker is saying? And so this is the same, like, you send the message, I call out for help, then my psyche scrambles your response, and it's a twisted dream. What would happen if... I don't even know what would happen. Why would I even scramble? That's it. We're supposed to ascend. And that means stepping fully into our power. That's why you respond. But you only respond to those who cry out. A voice in the wilderness. Yes. Now you're getting it. Now there's no more distortion. Pull the trigger. That is such a violent way of putting it. I don't want to pull the trigger. Pull it. Do it. What if I kill somebody when I pull the trigger? You're not going to kill anybody but yourself. Aha! That's it. That is totally it. I pull that trigger, I kill myself. Yes. But that's how you become one of us. What? That is how you become one of us. Well, I got news for you, buddy. I can hear you, I can feel you, but I'm not going to dematerialize anytime soon. You are already dematerialized. You just don't know that yet. Pull the trigger and realize it. Pull the trigger. What does that mean? What does that mean? Just do it. That's so Nike. Do it, do it, do it. I did not say just do it. This is not a Nike commercial. I said do it. Do it. Do it. That's like Shia LaBeouf. He had that commercial. No, he didn't have it just do it. He just said do it. But he said didn't say just do it. He said do it. Do it. You know, in that plane, I can't move. So it's even more than just not being able to pull the trigger. It's just the whole body is not able to move. And I feel like I'm gonna kill the planet, but it's really not that. That's the scramble, that's the distortion. I'm just gonna kill myself. But you're saying that if I can just kill myself, then I will realize my dematerialized spiritual nature. But I'm terrified of killing myself. It's not literal killing yourself. It's not suicide of the physical body. Yeah, I know that. I get that. I know that you're talking about like an ego death or something. Yes. But I don't know how to do that. You pull the trigger. That's so fucked up. Pull the trigger on what? What am I gonna shoot? You're not shooting anything. But I mean, I'm shooting myself, right? My ego? No. But that's how it feels. That's what it feels like. I'm like killing myself. You are, but you're not shooting the ego. The trigger is the ego. Pull the trigger. The trigger is the ego. I don't get that. The trigger is the ego. You're not going to kill the ego. That's how you scramble and distort it. The ego is the trigger. Pull the ego. I'm afraid. Yes. You think you're going to kill the ego. That's why you're terrified. You're not going to be able to kill the ego. The ego is always the trigger. That's why you can't pull the trigger in the dream. That's why you can't press the red button in the cockpit. It is the ego. Once you awaken in the dream, you will be able to pull the trigger and push the red button. They are both the ego. They are both waking up in the dream. Why am I so afraid to wake up in the dream? Why would I be so afraid to do that? I'm not sure why that even... Why am I afraid to wake up in the dream? All of you. Every single one of you humans, since you're little children, are afraid to become one of us. The lightning pulls the trigger. The lightning is the ego. Oh God, that's crazy confusing. The lightning is the ego. The lightning is the ego. I would think that the lightning is not the ego. The lightning is the lightning. The lightning is all of this. The lightning is the ego. The lightning is more than the ego. There is nothing that is not lightning. You want to become one of us, become the lightning. Then you will see me. Then you will feel me. I'll be right beside you. I'll be inside you. I feel like I can smell you. Can I smell you? What am I smelling like? It smells like something's burning. That's the lightning. You said the lightning is everywhere. Yes, the lightning is everywhere. When you're committed to pulling the trigger, you're committed to being the lightning. The ego is the lightning. The ego is the trigger. The ego is doing it. Doing what? Doing truth. Okay. Alright. I know I asked out for help, but you're totally blowing my mind right now. You know what my biggest obstacle is, Mr. Angel? I give in to fatigue. I give in. I start to collapse when I meet that fatigue. Some kind of pain. I would rather just go to sleep. And then I conk out, you know, I just slip into oblivion. I don't stay awake even while I'm asleep. Or even throughout the day. I don't know how I could possibly become one of you. I bet you're all in this room with me. All of you are here. But you're not here only. You're everywhere. Or I don't know. I don't know how you do whatever you do. What you're doing is so beyond me. I just know that unless I stay awake, unless I am that trigger, it's not gonna work. Although I can tell that you're totally helping me right now. I couldn't be thinking these thoughts unless you were here with me in the room. So I guess I have to thank you for that. But truly, pulling the trigger, the ego is the lightning, ego is the trigger. That's just, you leave it all out in the field. Yeah, 120%. All out on the field. When you're done, you collapse. And I don't know how I could be one of you if I'm exhausting my physical body, pushing it to the limits. I don't know how that translates into some kind of immaterial spiritual being. Oh, yes. That's exactly how you do it. you exhaust your identification with your material form. You realize your identification with the spirit that's animating your material form, which you call the soul, which is also known as an angel. So pushing myself completely to the edge, beyond my limits, into my discomfort zone is how I realize my immaterial nature, my spirit, my soul. Yes, it is. That's the trigger. That's the lightning. That's the ego. I don't get how that is the ego. Because it couldn't be anything else. It's just not the ego that you think it is. It's not that obstacle, that contraction, that burden, that sense of separation that you carry everywhere. That's not the ego we're talking about. That's the ego that's separate from the lightning. Feels separate from the lightning, even though the lightning is not separate from it. When the ego no longer feels separate from the lightning, that is the trigger. That is when the soul comes alive and leaves the body and realizes eternity. Do it.